episode number 26 of the Seventh Rounders. Today we are brought to you by Controversy. So I have a little story for you guys off the rip. So today I'm out to lunch with my mother and two of her friends and then a kid my age. And I'll start out with a question. So at a restaurant where you have to go up and order at the bar, okay, and a line forms, and you're with a group of people, and you send, let's say, two people up to order, and you wait till they get to the front of the line and go and join them in ordering. That's fine, correct?
So you're saying there was a line behind them, and
Yes.
you kind of cut it? Well, did you all pay together?
Yeah.
That's fine.
So I go up there when the line gets short, and it's one of the moms and this kid, and this guy behind me freaks out, like arms like all over the place, like what the hell, like blah blah blah. And I turn around and I'm like, he's like a 60-year-old guy, and I'm like, I just say, can I help you? And he's like, don't give me lip. And I'm like beyond confused, and usually I don't say much, but I was just like, I literally turned to the guy. I'm like, I can say what I want, and he like freaks out again. He's like, don't you dare give me lip, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I can say what I want, and I'm like, what? Like, do you have an issue? And he's like, blah, you just cut the whole line. I'm like, we're all paying together. We're all like, they've been standing in line the whole time, and he's like, you guys need to go to the back of the line, and I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, that's BS, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'll do this for you. I'll go and sit down and text them my order if you don't want me standing here. And he's like, no, you should go to the back of the line. And I'm like, no. So I went and sat down, and I called the people in the front of the line. And I was like, I would like a burrito and 2 tacos. And this guy was absolutely livid. I kind of, like, I don't usually argue like that, especially with an elder, but I was like just shaking in anger. I was so mad.
Yeah. Anyhow,
the thing is, Chad, some people just don't get it out there.
True.
You got to roll with the punches. You got to go into that knowing this guy just doesn't get it.
If you're all paying separately, I get it. Not saving spots, but we're literally
just relax
together. Okay.
Everyone just can relax a little bit,
Yeah. So controversy. Today is all about controversy. We will probably have some more by the end of the episode.
I also wanted to say it's brought to you by Green Beans. Don't let me get hot cooking these green beans, dude. I've kind of learned how to properly, give them enough time to texturize a little bit. So I'm really proud of myself. I needed that.
a little olive oil, a little pepper, a little salt.
You gotta
Paprika?
throw it in, you boil a little bit, little pepper, salt. I got a seasoning thing, dude. Just rip that, put a little olive oil in. Yeah, oh yeah.
No
I'm nice.
paprika?
No.
Okay.
No, dude.
They can find us places. Okay, so Twitter at 7th Podcast, IG at 7th Rounders Pod, and like always, Spotify and Apple Podcasts at 7th Rounders Podcast. Visit us on our website, 7th Round Media. John's already pissed about something. What's your deal?
Dude, they already know where to find the podcast if they're listening to the podcast. You can leave that part of it out.
Well, it could be.
This has been a point of contention for weeks. It just grinds my gears, Chad.
Okay, I can leave it out. We'll put a poll.
Connor's getting a kick out of it, though.
We'll put a poll up.
If they're listening, they know where to find it. They would not have already needed to know that. Like
Not necessarily. They may have had to Google us, and they're on some illegal web browser. So,
Connor, what's your favorite thing that happened over the weekend in the world of sports?
My favorite thing that happened over the weekend.
So, Matt, I just came at you pretty hard right there.
The U.S. women's team winning the World Cup and simultaneously making me a very happy man by making me a lot of money. I love that team. I felt the need to just write an article thanking them today. That team was truly one of my favorite sporting teams to watch ever, I think, without a question. I was all in on that tournament this year. And I did want to say the viewership was up substantially this year, which is great. So
it was a blast to watch.
Definitely good for the sport.
Do you want to talk about the game, the tournament quickly? We'll start out with that.
Yeah, we might as well. I mean, they weren't really challenged in the finals at all.
Get out! Yeah. Yelich caught it at the warning track.
Oh.
Sorry, folks. JD Martinez, I thought hit a bomb there. Might have taken him to win MVP at plus 3,800. That would have been big for that run, but just a little bit short.
So I'd like to start with, I think, the most important player to that team. So I watched from the last 3 games, France, England, Netherlands. Rose Lavelle. Against France, she got subbed out and she played awful. And France kind of controlled a lot of that game. And then England, she dominated. And then obviously the dope goal against the Netherlands. I think she was the most crucial part of this World Cup run. What do you guys think?
She really impressed me with she's incredible in the midfield. And she also seemed like she was like head and shoulders faster than most of the players on the other teams.
Yeah.
She was by far my favorite player to watch, just shifty with the ball. She looks like she could be 18. I have no idea
She's
how
in our
old she
age
is.
range. I was trying to brainstorm girls in our age range that we could potentially marry, and I think she's right around that 25 mark, so she's definitely in that range.
She's 24 years old, so I will be the same age as her in a couple months. Not out of the picture.
She's like Croatia's Luka Modric in the midfield.
Exactly.
True.
They play similar games.
She's dominant.
Something about Megan Rapinoe, like just something about her. I just really like watching her play and get like thoroughly excited when she steps up for a PK.
Yeah.
Funny story about the game. I was actually at a bar on the beach while my family friends were enjoying the beach watching the finals, and the bartender could tell I was a bit stressed in the first half. The man, he preemptively poured me another drink, which I greatly appreciated. He knew the struggle. He knew I needed to take the edge off a little bit. And as soon as I started drinking the second drink, what happened? We go to VAR. We get a PK. Rapinoe puts us up 1-0. Lavelle comes back 2-0. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I also want to say how crazy it is. I bet the under 2.5 before the game. And then during the game, I bet over 1.5. So I needed 2 goals on the dot to win both bets. 2-0 U.S. victory. It was stuff of legends, even though they should have been up about 10-0.
Easily could have been 8-0. That's the luckiest thing ever.
I feel like I need to send the Dutch goalkeeper like an edible arrangements or something.
Dude, she was so good in the first half. Holy crap. I'll tell you what, Alex Morgan is kind of, you mentioned how you love to watch Rapinoe play. Alex Morgan flops every time there's like another lady near her. It's kind of annoying, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. She wasn't, I don't know. I'm excited. They're going to be very good for a while. There's a lot of young talent on the team. Kristen Press, my girl.
Yeah, she's
fantastic.
Good. Yeah. So a girl like Alex Morgan's what, 20? I think she's 29. Do you think that was her last World Cup?
Just turned 30. She just turned 30.
No, she's got one more for sure.
You think? Rapinoe's definitely done. I think she's 34.
Rapinoe and Carly Lloyd are probably done, I would imagine.
I'm trying to think. How old was Abby Wambach in her last World Cup? Right around Carly Lloyd's age, I'd have to imagine, right?
Yeah. I don't know the exact. I would say she was right around 34, 35 as well.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of soccer, I hope that the men's team can one day at least make a deep run, because that would be exhilarating.
Did you watch that game?
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't. They should have been up 2-0 on Mexico early.
I hate to say it, but Altidore and Michael Bradley killed them. Altidore is like, I get why he's out there. He's a huge body and he can like fend people off, but he just is a step slow.
Michael Bradley sucks now.
Here's the thing about that. I'm shocked that they're both still around.
Yeah,
why?
I really am.
Why would you?
They're old, dude.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And the American League is on the board as Michael Brantley doubles in Alex Bregman. Continue, Chad.
Why would you keep these? The U.S. over the last 8 years has been such an embarrassment. Why are you keeping these guys that are remembered from like some of the worst moments in U.S. soccer history? Why wouldn't you start fresh with that, like Pulisic and Areola, these young guys? I don't get why those 2 guys are even on the field.
Areola.
I think his last name's Areola, right? Yeah.
Areola.
Yeah, that's correct. It's Areola.
Yeah.
It's like Areola,
Yeah.
one of the two.
I mean, and Pulisic is Pulisic's like Lavelle. Like he's just a step quicker, even than the Mexican players. Just like nipples. Yeah, I know. Uh, uh, Connor, you have any other thoughts on that game?
I have a. Oh wait, no, he can take it over. It was so boring, dude. It was like got the few chances, just couldn't do anything. Mexico was pretty underwhelming all tournament too. Like they had a game go to extra time and PKs, and they won both against. I can't even remember the teams. That's how they just killed them.
Like I don't understand why the U.S. can't be that Mexico team. They're just full of young, like up and coming players, and I don't understand why we can't emulate that. It makes no sense to me. Like I get that all of our athletes are playing other sports, but we should be good enough to beat that team.
They need to give Chad a call, dude. Get him on the sidelines.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got a new segment. Oh wait, go ahead.
You put me at coach, and I'll literally get tossed out of 50% of the games. I just get fired up. My one coaching experience, I assisted the Notre Dame women's lacrosse team in summer league at Placid, and it was a treat. Let me tell you, I was phenomenal. Everyone loved me. I know how to get them fired up with my emotional speeches. Don't know what the hell's going on the field, but you don't really need that.
Dude, I'm gonna story myself, if I may. Tell a little coaching story. Take you back to high school rec basketball. You guys didn't play. You're actually on the team. But my team, I was actually the first overall pick in the rec basketball high school draft. My team was Team Brazzers. Once the rec folks found out what that meant, we were just the yellow team after that. We ended up being the first eliminated from the playoffs, so we were like the first team looking in. So then Mike Rodriguez's team, Blues Clues, hired me as head coach, and I quite honestly led them to a championship. I was in the paper. I interviewed.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Victor Post.
I'm going to be the greatest youth basketball coach ever.
Dude, all you got to do, you got to force them to use their left hand. That's what I kept telling them. I said, make them go left. The other team couldn't fucking score. I was nice. I was Doc Rivers on the sideline. It was unbelievable.
And I feel bad for my son because I'm definitely going to be the coach that's intentionally harder on him just to make it apparent that I'm not being biased, you know? If my kid sucks, he'll sit his ass on the bench the whole game.
Yep.
So, to my future kid, don't suck because you're not getting any minutes. I'll still coach the team, though. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
if you could coach any youth sport, what would it be?
Golf.
Definitely
golf. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You coach
Definitely baseball, dude. I would want to be the third base coach giving the signs over there for the base runners. Give me that. That's where I want to be.
Are you going heavy on the wave rounds? Anything close?
I'm going to be a very aggressive third base coach out there.
John, in this youth league, will you be wearing the helmet or just the hat?
Just the hat.
You got to go helmet, I think.
Will you have a lipper in?
Huh?
Will you have a nice lip ski on the third base side?
No, I probably won't, honestly. We'll see. But I'm going hat. I'm going all hat, dude.
I can't wait
You know what? No, I'm going helmet.
Yeah, I think you
changed
have
my mind. I'm going helmet. Yeah.
I can't wait until that first schmuck of a dad calls out my coaching tendencies and I just put him in his place. I can't wait. I'm going to be like, your son sucks, Jerry. That's why he's not playing. Moving along, though.
No, but I had a new segment. It was called You Gotta Be Shitting Me with John. So me and Connor texted about this damn Copa America game. I've never been so into soccer than like recently due to just, the ability to throw a couple dollars on it. So we're talking about Copa America, Brazil, Peru. I settle on Brazil -1.5, right? They're the way better team. They just beat them 5-0. So it's the 80th minute. They're up 2-1. They get a red card. They get a damn red card. I haven't seen a red card since friggin' Korean War. It's been that long since I've seen a friggin' red card on a national game. But this guy gets it, so 10 minutes left. They're not going to score again, right? It's 2-1. So I slam live bet the under 3.5. Slam it, slam it, slam it, slam it, slam it. And all of a sudden, Brazil's got a PK in the 90th minute. Guy buries it. They win 3-1. I lose the under and lose way more because I put that way heavier on than my original bet.
Those are the worst. Those are when you have to stay put. It gets tough. Yeah, you last week for you were stone cold. I couldn't miss last week, so it happens. Ups and downs. I will say for anyone listening, if you're looking for an actual cheat of a betting strategy, follow me on my journey live betting unders in WNBA. It is the easiest way to make money, and I don't know why it happens this way. The fact that I can get an over-under that's 20 points higher than the original one, how am I not taking that? That's an absolute lock every single time.
You need to send me those literally every time now.
Yeah, I do. I think I'm 7-2 overall, so it's been treating me well.
Wait, say that again. You said the over-unders are way off, so you bet the under every time?
So what I do is I'll take a picture of the over-under right before the game starts, and like midway through the first quarter, I'll check the over-under, and if it moves in either direction by 15 points from the original, I'll just automatically take it. Works almost every time. Because the way that the WNBA works, I don't know. They just go on like these scoring runs. Vegas overreacts, makes it like a ridiculous over-under, and then they don't score the rest of the game. So I also have ESPN Plus now just to watch those games. It's exhilarating.
You are a friggin' genius. You know that?
Yeah.
You're a national treasure. Send me all those right now, immediately.
Yeah, there's none on the slate tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, you got to be kidding. You got to be kidding me, Connor.
No,
Connor,
build it up, get me excited. Unbelievable.
Tomorrow.
All right, Connor, I'm in too. I'll just text me during the games, and I'll just start Venmoing you money.
Chad's all hot and bothered now.
Yeah, I'm in.
Staying on the subject of basketball, though, I was on vacation in the Hamptons this past weekend. It was a beautiful time, by the way. Anytime I can get away from the concrete jungle, every time I can get away from the concrete jungle in the summer is nice. Got to swim, tan a bit. Anyways, on Friday night, I believe, I'm minding my own business around 2 a.m. I'm a little drunk with the cousins, and
you had a soda or two.
Yeah, and this guy, Woj, hits me he just drops 2 nukes on me at about 2:30 a.m. Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers, immediately followed by Paul George being traded to the Clippers. I was in disarray late at night. And then he had the audacity to go on ESPN Live. I seriously wonder how much he sleeps during free agency.
I was looking at his tweets, dude. It's like every 3 or 4 hours. It's like this guy's not sleeping at all.
And then immediately following the tweet, there's a story that he publishes on ESPN about the tweet. He is a machine, and
he might be a robot.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I think he might be the best insider across the board in any sport right now.
Yeah, he's quick.
I'll take him over Schefter.
What also?
Jealous.
Speaking of Schefter, why has he been randomly tweeting about basketball?
He's jealous, dude.
I think he's
bored and jealous.
He's having FOMO with no football right now.
He's on the hot seat, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waj is nice right now.
Speaking of that duo in LA, I was thinking we could probably rank some of the top duos in the NBA right now.
I'm down.
So I mean, I'll let you go first. I have a list in my head. So I can definitely go as well.
No, I can go. So
are we ranking them in order, or are we just throwing them out there? What do you like?
I just want to hear your top duos that in the NBA right now, because the NBA is going to be exhilarating next year.
Chad, go first.
So are we assuming everyone's healthy? Like, how are we going to deal with the Curry, Klay Thompson, with Klay out 90% of the year?
Russell.
Yeah, if they play next year, just duos that could be playing together next year.
All right, so I think the top 2 are the 2 LA duos. I'm going to put the Clippers in that top spot right now. But
as am I.
And then I'm going to have the Lakers second. I saw someone else actually tweeting about this. It kind of gets interesting after that. Third, though, I'm going to go a little different. I think I really like the Giannis Chris Middleton. I don't think Chris Middleton gets enough credit. I think he's amazing, a young stud. Obviously, Giannis is a top 5 player in the league. Fourth, I'm going to go with Jokic and Jamal Murray.
I like that one.
Speaking of the Nuggets, they're going to be really, really good if Michael Porter Jr. is anything like he was supposed to be.
Yeah. See, this tosses out the Clay and Curry, which would be up there. Same with the Kyrie and Durant one, because both players in those duos are going to be out for most of the year. Fifth, I would probably go Simmons Embiid at this point.
That's a good list. Did you have Lillard McCollum in there? I wasn't listening.
They would be right. It was either them or the Simmons at 5.
Yeah, so
they're right there.
I think the best duo, without a doubt, is Kawhi.
Who's your 4?
Jamal Murray and Jokic.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Go Connor.
I think Kawhi and PG are by far the best duo in the league. And on that, with the Clippers having both of those guys and Patrick Beverley on the floor at the same time, it's going to be nearly impossible to drive the ball against them, which is something I'm very excited to see. They have Lou Will coming off the bench, so that's a great team right now. My second duo is also LeBron and AD, although let's hope AD's fully healthy. I mean, I haven't seen him play a full game, and I feel like he didn't play a full game in like the last 2 months of the season almost. Although that was more so him sitting out rather than being injured at that point.
Yeah,
I believe
he's definitely fine. He's definitely all right.
My third duo, I still love McCollum and Lillard. I think they play together so well. Trailblazers are going to be a great team next year as well. Then I would probably put Simmons and Embiid in there. And then my last duo, honestly, just for the sake of being different, Jokic and Murray come to mind, but there's so many good duos out there. It's crazy.
Make up your mind, dude. Say something before I.
Well, I mean, I said I would say Jokic and Murray, but I was trying to think of a duo to be a little different, but I think you have to throw them in there. Yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna pretty much be the same top 3 as you, Connor. I couldn't believe Chad left out the Blazers. Lillard, McCollum, I'd definitely say is 3.
McCollum's a step below everyone else listed.
I don't know about that. Same 1, 2, Clippers, Lakers. 4, I'm going with the Nuggets duo. So I'll go Jokic and Murray. And then number 5, you guys didn't say this one, but I'm putting it at 5 without a doubt. Luka and Porzingis. Mavericks.
Wow. Yeah. Hasn't even played together yet. That's going to be a really exciting.
They're going to be good. They're going to be really good.
And then another duo that looks like could come into existence very soon here is Westbrook and Butler, which would be that would be a treat to watch. Let me tell you.
It could be really good or really bad. That's all I know.
Another under the radar one, which obviously isn't up there with those guys, but will be fun this year, is the Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell backcourt.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see if John Wall's fully healthy in Washington. That's always a decent duo when they're both healthy.
Yeah.
But on the Westbrook note,
that's going to be a disaster in Miami.
I think Pat Riley has the ability, and Spoelstra have the ability to really coach these guys so that they can play well together. So I'm all in on that experiment. And because Westbrook is my favorite player, I just want to applaud the Thunder for approaching him about moving him. It seems like he has a lot of say in it. So I think that's a good look for the organization, which I think they have now 12 first-round picks through 2026 after trading Jeremy Grant to the Nuggets.
And not just applauding them on that note, but I believe they had something with any free agent that signed with them before the Paul George news. They allowed them to rethink their decision, and I know at least one guy decided to go elsewhere, but that is also a classy move.
Mike Muscala ended up recommitting to the Thunder, and then I'm trying to remember. There was a guy who flipped. I'll remember it in a sec here. It was a guy who's kind of high, but it was that's who it was. It was Alec Burks.
Yes.
He was originally going to Thunder. I think he's now going to play for the Lakers or the Jazz. I don't even remember, but good for them on that. I did want to ask, did you think that was a good trade for the Thunder? Obviously, they had to trade PG. I don't think they could have gotten a much better package for him.
We had this discussion on Twitter. Unlike some other sports, I don't think first round picks are as valuable as people make them out to be. I mean, the Clippers in reality are going to be picking in the 20 to 30 range for the next 5 years, which is where all these picks fall. Not to mention, I know they have the option with a couple Heat picks in like 2023 and 2025. And if Russell goes to the Heat as well, that's another team that's going to be picking that 20 to 30 range. And I think if you don't have a top 7 or 8 pick, it's I don't know. But at the same time, like, I get it because Oklahoma City knew they were going nowhere with the duo of Russ and PG, and it was probably their best time to move Paul George, especially because he was coming off a career year. So
I will say, though, I wonder if they almost plan on using a lot of those picks as a package in a few years here to get another good player. And don't forget, they also got Danilo Gallinari, he's in the top half of small forwards in the league right now, and he can also play the power forward too. So I think they're probably going to move him at the deadline.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did make the all-rookie team last year, so he's got a great future.
That's the thing. I mean, a lot of people are really high on him, some less so. If he pans out and is a top 7 point guard in the NBA, like, it could work out really well for them. Pair him with some upcoming picks, but I still think he's a bit of a question mark. We'll see what happens coaching-wise. I mean, Alexander played for the best coach in the NBA last year, which definitely helps. So,
yeah, I think Billy Donovan's probably out at this point. We'll see, though. They also have to move Dennis Schroeder, too, who I don't see why they would hang on to. So they're not done yet by any means. Other than that, NBA it's going to be wide open next year, which I'm excited about.
What did you think of the Cousins to LA move?
I mean, I said this on Twitter. I think that this Lakers roster is the best team LeBron's played with since the Miami Heat back in 2013 or 2014. Better than the Cavs team that won the finals even. So I'll tell you what, I am going to be watching every single one of those LA games without a doubt.
Yeah. Another name to keep an eye on as we move through the summer is Kevin Love. I think there's still a chance he can get moved. There's really absolutely no reason Cleveland holds on to him. First of all, he's been hurt the last couple years. I would try. You can probably get, I would say, a young piece and 2 first-round picks for him. I think there's no reason Cleveland doesn't do that just because they're rebuilding. They got now 2 young faces in the backcourt. They have no reason to keep him.
So where do you think he would fit best?
I feel like he would prefer a small market team back like when he was with Minnesota, kind of off the radar. And I feel like he'll wind up being a deadline guy. And if someone like, who does Utah have at the 4 now? I know they lost Favors. Did they bring anyone in? He could be very intriguing at the 4 if they can afford him.
That'd be a good fit, I think.
I don't know what Trey Lyles' status is. I think he's still on the Jazz, so I think he's most.
Is he on a deal?
Actually, I'm seeing right here. I think he might be. They did sign Ed Davis in free agency, so it wouldn't surprise me if he started at the 4 for him.
Dude, and here's the thing about Kevin Love. He's well seasoned. If you look at his Instagram feed, he's been all over the world this summer, just relishing in it. Seriously, it's pretty unbelievable.
He has his championship. He's good, you know?
Yeah, he's chilling, dude.
If
He's in look, dude, he's at canyons, and then he's in all of a sudden like a James Bond movie in the snow on a hilltop mountain. He's in the fucking rainforest after that, like 4 days later, and I don't even know what this is. What is this?
Doing squats in the pool.
Dude, he's he's at like the Antarctic. I mean, this guy's traveling the world.
If Love went to the,
he might solve global warming. Is all I'm saying.
he could. If Love went to the Jazz, I think they're a serious title threat. You have the best rim defender in the NBA in Gobert. You have an elite stretch four in Love, and then you have, like we mentioned, Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley in the backcourt. That would be a legit squad.
I don't know how this would happen, but I think he'd be a great fit with Philly too. You could sub him in and slide Horford to the 5 if Embiid's, tired or whatever, or you could just replace Horford when he needs a blow.
He's honestly a guy that in Love that could fit with any team. I don't think there's a team that I would say he's a bad fit for, honestly.
Well, he'll find a role.
There's a huge market for stretch fours right now, so.
Yeah. Yep. Anything else on the NBA front? There weren't a ton of, the Lakers signed a couple other guys, so they have their roster filled out, a bunch of vets. I don't know if you want to hit on that, but
so I guess I'll just quickly share. So the Lakers projected starting 5 for next year, which this is noteworthy. They said they're going to play LeBron at the point guard, which is going to be kind of exciting to watch, which I'm a bit surprised about because that would mean that Rondo's going to come off the bench. But they also signed Danny Green, who's one of my favorite signings of the entire offseason. We've seen it time after time. He's one of the best clutch finals players there is. So that'll be a good fit. And then they have AD at the 4. And then I really like that Cousins signing, assuming that he, is at least a bit healthy.
Can get into shape.
Yeah, I'm expecting a big bounce back year from Cousins, honestly. So, and I feel like anytime a big name plays with LeBron, they end up just doing much better than they had previously. So
yeah, no, I think it's smart to play him at LeBron, that is at the 1, and have Rondo off the bench playing with that second unit. And then at times when they want LeBron off the ball, obviously they can play Rondo at the 1. Kuzma at the 3 is, I don't know. Kuzma is going to be crucial this year. He's one of the few young guys on that roster where you get into the dog days in December and January and early February when, LeBron's getting a couple nights off a week, and, same with maybe banged up AD or Cousins. Like, Kuzma's going to wind up being the glue to that team because he's going to play every single night. He's got fresh legs, 3rd or 4th year in the league. They're like, he's going to be very pivotal to this team's success.
He reminds me of you a little bit, just the glue guy, dude.
Thank you.
I was everything sticks to it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kuzma, I saw he spent 4th of July with which Jenner is single right now? Is it Kylie? It's Kylie, right?
Oh,
no, Kendall.
Well, he spent the 4th of July with Kendall Jenner, so he's winning in multiple facets of life.
Dude,
currently.
she was with Ben Simmons before. Oh goodness, that'll be a little rivalry. It sounds like.
Yeah, we like that.
I hit that one with an oh goodness, dude. That's saved for the really frightening scenarios like that. That'll be a little rivalry. What if they meet in the finals?
Who's she gonna root for?
Someone might get cup checked, dude.
That'd be awesome if they got in a brawl over Kendall Jenner. I would love that.
So before we move on to 20 questions, to wrap up NBA, most of the signings are done for the summer. We have a good look at how every team is going to look for this upcoming 2019-2020 season. Let's rank off the top, no research. Let's rank our top 5 players in the NBA entering the 2019-2020 season. So we're taking into account injuries.
Kawhi's number 1. He's going to be number 1 for me until he gets someone else wins the finals, I think, or he just sits out another year. That would really grind my gears. My second best player, LeBron's still top of the game. I think it's just classic. We forgot about him because he wasn't in the finals. I'll put Giannis at number 3, defending MVP, obviously. And then number 4, I'm going to put AD at number 4 just because I think he has the potential to be an MVP candidate this year. Number 5, I'm really tempted to put Damian Lillard in there, to be honest. I like his game a lot, but I think I'm going to have to go Harden still, just for the sake of him putting up 36 a game last year, which leaves out some talented guys. Embiid could easily sneak in there. I mean, I'm sure.
I hit you with like the quadruple wow.
Wow.
John, do you want to go next, or do you want?
Absolutely. I'm kind of hot and bothered right now.
All
right. So 1, I'm gonna go with Kawhi as well, obviously. 2, I'm gonna put Giannis at 2. I think he's gonna have a monster offseason and then a monster next season.
Speaking of Giannis, the Bucks signed his older brother, which I think was totally a move to just get him to stay in free agency.
Yeah, that's nice. I think he knows now what he needs to work on, especially some shooting issues. 3 balls, free throws. He's gonna get better. He's gonna be a monster next year, even more of a monster. Number 3. I'm probably going to stick LeBron here. I'll stick LeBron at the 3 hole, batting right in that sweet spot, the Mike Trout spot. He's still around, Can't forget about him. 4, I'm going to put Steph Curry. He's going to have a massive next season as well. Without Durant and Clay, he's going to have to. So he's going to light it up a bit. And 5, I'm putting Paul George. So I think the Clippers got 2 top 5 players there. Bookends.
Easily the 2 best two-way players in the league on the same team.
Yeah. Screw you, John. That was my 4 and 5. But I have LeBron 1, Kawhi 2, Giannis 3, and then Curry and Paul George 4 and 5. Curry's gonna put up stupid good numbers this year.
Yeah.
Do you think he sniffs the 40-point mark per game this year? I think there's a legit shot.
I would say 35. I don't see 40.
People also sleep on the fact the Warriors signed Willie Cauley-Stein, who I think is an absolutely great fit with that up-tempo offense.
They just waived Sean Livingston, FYI, as of like 10 minutes ago.
He should retire, honestly. He had a great career. He needs to retire. Last thing I wanted to talk about in the NBA was just touch on that Summer League game between RJ and Zion. 17,000 people attending a Summer League game is ridiculous. Tickets were $400 to see a preseason game, which is insane. Just shows you how much hype is around Zion. Unfortunately, he'll be out the rest of the summer with a bruised knee. I really hate that because it's definitely an injury he could play through, but the team was just definitely shut him down. And as Zion, I'd be a little upset because you obviously want to play.
Right.
But that game, I've never seen anything like it. It got canceled due to an earthquake. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, the 7.1 hits LA. It cancels a game in Vegas. Who would have known?
And that's the thing about earthquakes, too. They'll sneak up on you, and you can't do anything. There's no off switch. You don't know when they're going to stop. If this was a year ago, this time, that's right around when I was in Vegas, I might have experienced a little earthquake myself.
What's the one natural disaster you would least like to experience? Mine's a tsunami.
I've experienced...
Absolutely not, dude. I watch YouTube videos of tsunamis and I run out of my room when I see those waves crashing.
Tsunami's pretty terrifying. I've been down here for a few hurricanes.
I would say a tornado. Those you can at least outrun when it gets a little dicey, but tsunami, you're screwed, man.
You're screwed. Could you imagine looking out your living room window and there's a wave 8 times the size of your house? So I also have this theory on tsunamis. I don't think it would work, right? But you know how you can swim under a wave and you don't feel it?
Yeah.
If I'm in the ocean and there's a tsunami, I think I'm trying to swim under it. I think
Dude,
that's my
it's
only
too
option.
long.
I think
It's
that's
too-
my only option,
You're
right?
drowning. You're the first one dead.
You're immediately dead, dude. You're gonna get caught up in the wave part. There's no way out. It's like a glass box, dude. You're gonna drown in there. Or
Connor-
if there's already debris in the water, you're taking like a piano to the face
Connor
underwater.
to be Aquaman and just like dive through that shit in 2
Unconscious.
seconds.
You're telling me
Segway.
you're telling me if I just dove straight down, like
Dude,
touch
there's no
the
way.
bottom, I wouldn't be able to get under it.
Do you realize the girth on a tsunami from
Dude,
the opposite angle, dude?
it's probably like a half a mile long. Like, unless you plan on holding your breath.
And
for like
it is
5
relentless, dude. If you're out there, you might want to die. It's already a death wish. Why are you out there? What are you doing out there?
I
How do
mean,
you
what if
not
it just
see the
snuck
waves
up on
coming?
me?
Get out of there, dude. They don't sneak up on you.
Dude,
It's a tsunami.
I'm running.
You see it, it's massive. It is enormous. It doesn't sneak up on you, dude.
I'm literally running as far away as possible before it comes, and then I'm sitting my ass in a toboggan and just praying.
Dude, if a tsunami hit, I would automatically assume it's like a 2012 scenario and the world's actually ending. That shouldn't be illegal. I think the Loch Ness Monster might pop out of one of those in Indonesia one of these days. They get hammered like every other year, right?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
southeast.
And then they got monsoons too, like every other year.
It's
I
crazy.
could deal with a monsoon probably.
Yeah, it's just flooding. But a tsunami, I'm
That was
out.
a terrible take.
What else are you doing if you're in the water? You're not gonna outrun it. You
You're-
might as well
you're
try
You
to
just
swim
said
with
the
it.
one. Isn't that the one you most? How did this conversation with?
I said,
tsunami
which
start?
one would you least like to experience?
Oh, I thought you said most like to experience. I almost freaked out. Yeah, I think tsunamis would be the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
I
Should we rip a little 20 questions, boys?
think it's time. 16 though.
16.
Dun, 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 dun.
I have my
Chad has
guy,
the dun, 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 dun,
my
dun.
man/woman, I should say.
Chad Messier, he fucked up last time. He has -1 points. Clemens has 2. Connor is not on the board yet, but that's better than Chad's -1. Will he fuck up today? I hope he has his Wikipedia pulled up.
You do.
Chad, are you ready to go?
Do you
yes.
know his ethnicity?
Yes.
All right. John, you're the winner. You want to go first or second?
You know what? I'm going to go first. I'm taking the ball. Give me the ball. I want to set the tone here.
All right,
I wanna
let her
set
rip.
the tone. Chad Messier.
Yes.
Chad Messier, Chad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it a current athlete?
Yes.
That's
Is
a
it-
big hit.
Is
That
it a
is-
male?
Yes. That's 2 questions.
Do they play a team sport?
Yes. That's
Wow, we're on fire.
Is this sport in season?
No.
Okay. All right. Is it, I'll be honest, is it the NFL?
No.
Is it the NHL?
No.
It's not in season. It's got to be the NBA.
Yes. That was a question. That's 7.
Yep.
Does this player play in the Eastern Conference?
Shoot, I gotta look this team up. I'm not sure.
It's an obscure team.
Yeah, I was gonna say that means it's a
Obscure
very obscure team. That mean they had not made the playoffs last year. Is what that means.
What was the question?
Eastern Conference.
No. So that is 8 questions.
Have they made an All-Star game?
No. That's 9.
Did his team make the playoffs last year?
No. That's 10.
Oh my!
That's 10. So how many each do we have left?
So you're already on guessing.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we don't have to use all of our
Yeah.
guesses.
I mean, you're going to want to ask more questions because you guys are not even remotely close.
So it's on a Western Conference team that didn't make the playoffs. This guy isn't an all-star.
Correct. I mean, I'm going to shred you guys when you don't get it.
I think we're going to get it, dude. Do they? All right, hold on here. Does their team play in the state of California?
No.
That eliminates the Kings and Lakers.
Yeah, that was a great question. Okay.
It's Connor. It's. Why am I telling you? I'm not telling you.
I see.
You almost got me.
I thought there were no computers. Whoa. I got yelled at several rounds ago about the use of electronic devices during this, if I'm not mistaken. No, you know what? You guys can use your computers because you're still not going to get it. Go ahead. Use them. Be my guest.
Is he a big man?
No. 4 questions/answer choices left.
He's not a big man. He doesn't play in California. And he's in the Western Conference, and he hasn't made an all-star game. Nah, I don't know if he has. I can't look it up. He's a Devin Booker.
No.
Does he play for
an all-star game?
Yeah.
What?
No, he hasn't actually.
Has?
No, he hasn't.
I don't think he has. Yeah.
No. Does he play for the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Yes.
Wow. And with one guess left each.
No, that was question 14.
12? No, that was 14.
14. Oh.
One guess left.
He plays for the Timberwolves. He hasn't made an all-star game. I can't look their roster up. I don't know. I'm trying to think if this guy's been around, if he's still on the Timberwolves. Is it Andrew Wiggins?
No.
Oh, man.
Connor's not.
Wow.
Connor's. The lights should have gone off for both of you. The lights should have gone off. I can't say anything.
He's a guard on the Timberwolves. Oh my God! I mean, I swear, if there's a guy I think I want to say, but he's not on the Timberwolves anymore. So I hope to God it's not him.
So don't say him.
Well, I think it's gonna be the guy, and
No,
you're gonna be
I
wrong
can
again.
confirm that this guy's on the Timberwolves.
All right.
I don't know. Let's see it, dude.
We really should have asked if he was on the team last year. Is it Jeff Teague?
No.
Wow.
I will give you a hint because I want you guys to guess this one and feel bad about it. He was a highly controversial topic in an early episode of the 7th Rounders. Boys, come on.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
He's literally like
Shabazz Muhammad. Is it Shabazz Muhammad?
No. It's are you guys serious? He's a rookie.
This year?
Yeah.
Dude, just tell me before I lose my damn
Eric
mind.
Culver.
Oh my God! I didn't even know that they drafted him. Completely forgot.
Wow.
Eric Culver fans.
I wasn't even thinking rookies. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well done. You're now at 0.
You're at 0.
Congratulations.
Everyone eats.
Moving along here, I got the All-Star game on in my living room. What did we think about the home run derby last night?
That was one of the best ever. Truly it was. Vladdy Jr., big guy, puts a lot of weight, has a lot of weight into his swings. It's like he's chopping down like a maple tree with a one of these tomahawks.
An axe.
An axe, dude. I mean, the guy can hit a baseball a mile.
I had 2 questions for you guys. Number one, as former baseball players, I feel like they were making a huge deal out of who was pitching to everyone. So I want to get your opinions on whether you think the guy pitching to him makes a huge difference or whether that's just overblown.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, the guy throwing to Pete Alonso was terrible, and Alonso got lucky because he was completely rattled and couldn't get into a rhythm in the first round. But whoever he was up against was it Carlos Santana?
Yeah.
I mean, Santana was bad and he went first, so Alonso kind of got lucky that he faced someone that struggled ahead of him, because Alonso did not get into any sort of rhythm in the first round, and honestly, not a great rhythm in the second round. Acuna essentially quit midway through the second. So I think it does to a degree, but I think last night it was just more about righty lefty.
You got this.
Split.
You got this.
Yeah, I had to think about the words righty and lefty.
That was eloquent.
Yeah.
I think the pitcher definitely made a difference. I know I used to have a favorite batting practice pitcher. I'm trying to remember who it was, Chad. I feel like it was definitely Rucker.
It definitely was not Ferrari.
It was not Ferrari. He had like a hitch in his throw. If he's listening to this, it was like tough to pick up the ball sometimes. But dude, Rucker's smooth delivery right there. I hit several BP home runs. Never hit one in a game though. Kind of sad, but hit several BP home runs. I was kind of nice. I would love to dust off the old bat, dude, and give it some hacks. Chad, what do you say? We need a little batting practice.
If we can go to the Cloverleaf, I don't have the raw strength to hit it out on the real park.
That's right. You're just a little guy. But yeah, the home run derby is exciting. You like the format, guys? You think they should do anything with the format?
Well, that was my next question is, what did you think about the fact that Alonso won, even though he hit, I think, 34 less total home runs than Vlad Jr.?
I think it was kind of unfair just because Vlad's hit like 69 going into the last round, so he was clearly gassed. And that's why I know people didn't like the old format where it was 10 outs, but that evens the playing field, I think.
Yeah, but there's something about the head-to-head that makes it super.
Well, no, but yeah, why wouldn't you keep the head-to-head, but do 10 outs?
Right. And breaking news: Clemens has hit a bet. It's been a while. The AL first half money line is a winner as the NL goes 5 innings without a run. It's 1-0 AL. They don't have to do anything crazy in the bottom. That's a big win. We needed that. We just needed to see one. Sometimes you just got to see one go through the rim.
It's like a free throw. God. It's like taking a free throw for a good shooter. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to fix it, but I think it sucks that he hit so many more home runs in total and still lost. I mean, clearly he was the best hitter last night. Also, speaking of what's the verdict on the juiced balls? Are we a fan? Do we think they're definitely juiced? Are we against it?
I think they're altered. They're juiced. They are. I'll say it. I'll come out and say it. They're popping off that bat. Like some of those like very light, easy swings. I know these guys are crazy strong, but I mean, I don't know how some of them were getting out last night.
I saw a stat that Eugenio Suarez hit a home run this year that had an 87 mile per hour exit velocity, which is so dumb.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Someone else, Devers, I saw a tweet. It was just like he hit an Oppo Field home run that literally, like, he almost fell over when hitting it. Like, barely caught a piece of it and somehow hit it out. And I mean, I don't really have an issue with it, to be honest with you. It makes games this time of year more exciting, to be frank. And, you know, the elite pitchers are still elite. Scherzer's not really having an issue with it. Verlander's not really having an issue with it. So, I mean, I have nothing to complain about, especially for a sport that has, over the years, been labeled as boring, to be frank, at times, which I don't agree with that. But, I mean, runs are going to bring more excitement. So
well, I think the bigger controversy was the fact that the commissioner came out and said that they had no knowledge of it being juiced, just that the baseballs were different, even though I'm pretty sure they own the company that makes the balls.
See, that's the thing. I believe them, because what is it? One of the AAA leagues uses different baseballs, and it's like well known that the balls are juiced. So like, and that's not like a
It's
secret.
the PCL.
Yeah, the PCL. It's not a secret. So I don't know why if they're not making that a secret or keeping that from everyone, then I don't know why they would. The MLB.
I would like it to go back a little bit. I think it's definitely a conspiracy. I think they're all in cahoots. For your reason, what you said, make more people watch it, make it more exciting. Everyone loves the home runs, you know. The singles up the or down the line aren't as exciting anymore. But I would say it's probably better if they go back. Because it's all just home run and strikeout now. And like everyone's kind of tired of it. I think they realize the grass might not always be greener. People are complaining. Austin Woodland hates it. He's fired up about it. You ask him about it, he'll lose his mind. He can go on for 20 minutes.
Well, I hate that. Like you said, it's either home runs and strikeouts. So I feel like it almost eliminated like half of the skill that goes into hitting. You know, these guys, all they focus on is just making contact on an uppercut to produce a home run versus, you know, you had guys in the past that they hone their skills to hit to specific parts of the field. Yeah,
literally
exactly.
The definition of Jeter. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what was it, a year or two ago when they were talking about how they enlarged the laces on the balls so pitchers had a better ability to throw breaking balls? I don't know. I honestly don't have a big problem with it.
I'll tell you what, it makes the fantasy league more exciting every week, I think.
Baseball. Until one of your pitchers lets up 8 earned runs in 1 2/3 of an inning.
Sounds like Rick Porcello every start. Yeah. He's about to get cut, dude.
It's honestly, I mean, we don't have to go on about fantasy, but it makes pitching way more important. You have Ketel Marte hitting 25 bombs before the All-Star break. Like, everyone's hitting bombs these days. It just makes pitching way more important to have a couple aces on your squad. But I don't know. So you don't think it has anything, last comment on the juice ball, you don't think it has anything to do with pitchers are definitely throwing harder these days. Guys are averaging 95 to 98 pretty consistently. I mean, it's going to be harder contact off the barrel compared to guys that are throwing. Look at like Hyun-Joo Ryu throws 90, 91 max, and he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah.
Does that have something to do with it? Guys throwing 98 miles an hour, when someone does square it up, there's a damn good chance it's going to leave the yard versus, 90 miles an hour.
Definitely a combination. I don't think one's isolated from the other.
Right.
But that's just physics, The harder you throw, the more momentum it's going to have. I don't know. I will say it does kind of make baseball more exciting. The one thing I don't like, though, is like I feel like every time now a team's up in the 7th inning and they just let up 3 home runs, then they're losing. Almost every game now.
A lot of pitchers with good 6-inning performances, it goes to waste, and they don't get the win because the relievers come in and like anyone in the Mets bullpen at this point.
I saw a stat. If they saved just 30% of the games, they would be, I think, tied for the wild card spot right now.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
And I think if they saved over 50, they'd be like number 1 in their division, or something close to that, which is crazy how bad they've been. And the fact that they literally acquired Edwin Diaz to be an elite guy, and he sucks.
Yeah. So one last hypothetical. We're talking about the balls being juiced. Could it have anything to do with the bats? I mean, let's be honest. Technology. I know it's probably easier in the metal aluminum bats, but you don't think it could be anything with those wood bats that's really doing this?
I wouldn't say anything with the bat. They're always the same.
I feel like players would have said something about the bats if that was a thing.
So I want to do a quick little unprompted, didn't ask this before, this is right off the cuff. This is from the heart from you guys. Who do you think the rest of the way, end of the season, NL MVP, AL MVP, NL Cy Young, AL Cy Young, World Series winner, team to watch?
Well, you guys think about it for a second. I would just like to say the MLB doesn't promote enough. Like, they finally did a thing for Mike Trout. Like, Jesus Christ, he's the best player probably any of us will ever see in our lifetime, and you don't hear anything about him. Then they had that commercial with Yelich and Bellinger, which was pretty cool. But just one side note. Connor, go ahead.
So I think this is the year that so I'm torn with the World Series. I'm between the Dodgers and the Yankees right now. I think this is the year the Dodgers finally do it. I think they have a great rotation with Buehler, Kershaw, however you say his last name, Ryu, whatever, as their top three. And they've been, Cody Bellinger's been the NL MVP. I'll segue into that. He's my NL MVP right now.
Are we projecting rest of season, though? I don't think we're doing midway point. Correct, John? Or are we?
Right. Rest of seasons and end of your predictions.
I still think it's going to be Bellinger. I think he keeps it up. And I think there's a shot that Yelich might finish a little bit better statistically, but it's going to be the thing that happened to Harden where, they don't want to give it to the same guy 2 years in a row type of situation. NL Cy Young, whatever's that Ryu guy has been the best pitcher so far, but I do not want to see him win the Cy Young. So I'm going to go with Scherzer with the NL Cy Young.
Scherzer,
however you say his name. Max, good old Max. And then in the AL MVP, I might go with Josh Bell, honestly. He's got 84 RBIs, which is ridiculous at the midway point. And then my AL Cy Young, I'll go with Verlander.
Did you say Josh Bell for AL MVP?
Oh, sorry, they are the NL, aren't they?
Yeah. I was like, hold on a second. Chad with a little laugh. He loves it.
Come back to me on the AL MVP then.
Wow.
All right. Well, I'll start you with the AL MVP, and it's Mike Trout. Bet the mortgage on that one, as John would say. NL MVP, I completely agree with Connor. I think Yelich and Bellinger will go neck and neck the whole way. I think it'll be a toss-up, and Yelich may even have a little bit better stats, but I think it'll be Bellinger that wins it just because the market. LA guy, I think one of the outside of the Yankees and maybe Red Sox, the most popular team in the world. I think it'll be Bellinger. Flashy kid. I just think he'll wind up winning it. NL Cy Young, I will go with Scherzer. He's just, it's not fair. It's just not fair. AL Cy Young, I'm going to go off the rocker a little bit. Don't quote me on this one. Give in like 2 months if it completely goes disastrous, but give me Shane Bieber right now. And then World Series, I'll go Yankees.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go. We're all on Bellinger for NL MVP. I think for the same reasons. His team is a lot steadier. The Dodgers are going to be the best team in the NL. Best record. Milwaukee kind of slipping a little bit. The NL Central is quite entertaining right now. Everyone's kind of hanging around. Pirates are red hot. Just want to throw that out there.
So can I ask you a question on Milwaukee? So why did Yelich just sit out of the home run derby out of fear he was going to tweak his back? Because he's playing in the All-Star game, correct?
He tweaked his back, and I think there was serious concerns he could make it worse if he's taken 200 swings in the span of an hour. So I don't think it was an issue to play in the game and having an at-bat or two, but I don't think he wanted to take a million swings in the derby.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I'm not worried about that for him. Josh Bell's going to give it a run. He'll finish third in MVP is my guess. I got Scherzer as well, Cy Young. He's just disgusting. He's not even fair. He's got like 5 starts in a row with 10-plus strikeouts. This guy's unbelievable. Will I keep him again? That's the question. That's the question on many's minds. Slide over to AL. I got to agree with you again, Chad. Trout MVP, not Josh Bell. He does play in the NL for the Pirates, but I'm going to go with Trout. Guys, just rock solid. I don't know.
Do you think he ever leaves the Angels?
No.
I don't. Even though they can't win with him, it's really depressing. AL Cy Young. I hate to say Verlander because that's the obvious play. I almost want to say Berrios for the Twins. He's been phenomenal, but I'm gonna stick with Verlander. Berrios, so name to keep an eye on.
In World Series?
Houston
he's
Astros.
thinking. Okay, I like that play. So one last note with Trout. So I'm kind of torn. I have absolutely nothing against Trout. Phenomenal guy, phenomenal player, dedicated to the team that drafted him and that he's come up with. But is that a knock on his legacy that he doesn't at least try and get to free agency and go somewhere to win?
I mean, I feel like you almost have to respect him. Like, he is what sports fans want in a player. He's loyal to a fault. He's going to be the face of the same franchise for his entire career. I mean,
Right.
in a lot of ways, that's why people love Dirk and Kobe so much. You know what I mean? So I think he's just holding out hope that maybe someday they compete for a title.
Yeah. No, I agree. I just feel like the MLB, it's so much like when you look at players' legacies, it's so much less about championships compared to definitely the NBA or the NHL or the NFL, which is odd to me. And I don't know. I don't see any hope for the Angels. You look at that roster, there is nothing that signals.
Yeah.
They have one top prospect and outfielder, Joe Adele. They have,
I mean, Ohtani's exciting.
yes, so they have one if he turns out to be an ace and recovers. Their lineup is nothing special outside of Trout
And Ohtani.
and Ohtani, I guess. But once he's
he has 35 home runs. He has 35 home runs through his first 80
I know,
games.
but once he's pitching again, is he really going to hit every day? I find that unlikely, but I guess we'll see. That's like, it's Trout and Ohtani. They have and Justin Upton, who's Justin Upton. So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Dude, they did a nice little tribute in the All-Star game here for Carrasco. The I Stand Up with Cancer, his teammates around him. Very nice. Prayers to him. Just wanted to throw it out there. Good player. Very
On my
sad.
fantasy team, yeah, respect.
And lastly, I just want to say Los Aces are going back to back. I'm calling that at the midway point here. It's happening. Watch out, Woodland. The top up there. Dave, watch out. I know he's on alert. He's always on alert.
I'm about to beat Dave into the ground this 2-week matchup, take over second place in the standings.
Yeah,
White Rookie Dynasty. All right. Well,
on that note, we're out.
We're riding off into the sunset as always. We will talk to
New
you
York
folks
City
next
this
week.
weekend without Connor. Very sad, but I'll be in New York. If you're in New York, feel free to hit me up, slide in the DMs, let me know what the move is. Just kidding, I already know. See you boys there. I'm excited. All right. Right off,
AJ,
Jack.
Yeah,
Gear us into it.
Hit us with a little outro, AJ. Alyssa, I love you.